Hello, BNI. So I hope everyone got a lot of good sleep last night, because what usually happens is before I talk, everyone's so excited that they can't sleep the night before. Right? Who doesn't want to hear the IT guy talk, right? So anyway, I'm excited to be here today. So let me tell you a little bit about myself. So I grew up in Burlington, Massachusetts, just a bit south of Boston, Massachusetts. So yeah, I got a lot of Boston pride. I love my Boston sports teams. I do love my Arizona sports teams too. They're my second in line, but I'm a huge Patriots fan, huge Red Sox fan. I joke that when I moved here in 2000, that I ended the curse. So my team hadn't won anything really in a really long time. Patriots hadn't won anything. The Red Sox hadn't won it for 80 something years. And then I moved and everyone started winning. So I am the Boston curse and they can thank me. I don't know, but I've been enjoying it. So this is my family, Gretchen, and that's me. And this is my daughter, Scarlett. Scarlett is just the light of my life. She changed me when she was born, and I just love her to death. Not to downplay my wife, I love her too. But she's my little partner in crime, and we get in a lot of trouble together. She's about 4.5, so it's super fun. My favorite thing in the world, above being an entrepreneur and a full-time nerd, is being a dad. It's my favorite. So I figured I would talk a little bit about what is an MSP, because I am an MSP. Well, not I, but Surge IT is an MSP, which is just a managed IT service provider. So we provide services, right? Go figure. We provide help desk to companies. So we'll do, your employees have an issue getting to a server drive, or their emails aren't working properly, or whatever the case may be. It could be anything. They have a place to call, right? They can call us and they can get help. We can log into the machines pretty quickly and efficiently and take care of the issues. We do desktop support and maintenance, so we take care of all that stuff, and we try to keep everything running to its optimal performance. We patch everything and make sure that your employees will be getting in and not the hackers. It's always important. Server maintenance, same deal there. We make sure that it's running the way it's supposed to. We monitor servers is a big thing. So if at 3 in the morning your server goes down, I'm gonna know and get woken up. And so that way in the morning, your employees come into a running facility and running technology. So that's always a good thing. Network support and design. So we will design, or I did a lot of enterprise architecture, building large scale server environments for quite some time. So we can come in and we can design any kind of network that any company needs, really. Whether it be just a server and some switches, or full Wi-Fi, or connecting multiple sites together throughout the state or the country. Specialize in all that kind of stuff. Cybersecurity is a big one. I will be going into a little bit of cybersecurity stuff in the next few minutes, just to kind of maybe scare you guys a little bit, because it is, the computer world and the internet is a pretty scary place these days. But not if you have someone or a company like ours helping to protect you guys. Software and hardware sales kind of speaks to itself. We sell desktops, we sell laptops and servers and all that fun stuff. We also sell things like Office 365 and cloud platforms and things like that. Do firewalls, antivirus, anti-malware, anti-ransomware, VoIP IP phone systems, so just phone systems that run over the internet, and email services and cloud services. So those are some of the things that we supply as a managed service provider. So some people ask us, people think that their companies typically are protected. So here's just some stats to keep you guys up at night. Right? Why not? So 75% of organizations that have been infected with ransomware are running up-to-date endpoint protection. That means they had antivirus, it was all the way up to date, that they did their due diligence with that. But ransomware is especially nasty. And a lot of antivirus software out there is not equipped to handle infections like that. because there is, if we had more time, I'd go into the difference between viruses and malware and ransomware. But I don't want to bore you guys to absolute death. So, so that's something to keep in mind, right? Because everyone thinks I'm protected, I got the newest antivirus. Not so. Not so, as you can see here. The average cost for a ransomware attack on a business is about $133,000 in 2017. Attacks involving cryptojacking have increased 8,500% in 2017. And you might think, well, why does that really matter to me? It's because there is such a push forward now to hack everything, because hard drives might contain cryptocurrencies, right? And when you steal a cryptocurrency, chances are you'll never see it again. So, because it is fairly anonymous. So people are really starting to hack and crack into a lot more these days, because everyone's looking for money on people's hard drives. So that's pretty important to know. And 8,500% is a pretty big number. So the next couple lines are some of the data breaches that have happened in the last couple years. Raise your hand here if you had a Yahoo account in 2016. Well, it's a lot less actually than I expected, but it's still a good amount. So everyone that had a Yahoo account in that year was, that Yahoo was hacked and the data was stolen and downloaded, and it has been on sale on the dark web for quite some time now. And a lot of those exploits are being used all the time to find people that haven't changed their passwords since then, that have associated IDs at different websites trying to get into their other types of accounts. So, I mean, that's a lot, 3 billion accounts. I don't know if you can fathom that number really, but that's a lot of stolen information, a lot of stolen data, and it is being sold right now actively. I get calls all the time about like blackmail type letters that include people's passwords and usernames saying, we're gonna release videos of you doing bad things if you don't pay us, you know, $10,000 in Bitcoin by the end of the day. This stuff will be out to your address books. So if you do get that email, know that it's probably just a hoax. I do get that call a lot, people just flipping out. So that really came mostly from the Yahoo crack, but there's also been the Uber hack that happened. Also, Friend Finders lost 412 million accounts. 147.9 million were affected by the Equifax breach. So your information's out there, right? It's pretty rare these days that our info isn't creeping around out there somewhere. So you got to protect yourself. 68% of small businesses don't have a disaster recovery plan, which is absolutely insane to me, because 60% of companies who experience data loss shut down within 6 months. So that to me is a little bit of a game of Russian roulette that doesn't make sense to me to play, right? So the best thing you could possibly do is to go in and get yourself a really good disaster recovery plan to make sure that if there's a fire, you know, if you get hacked, if there's a data breach, your drives die, that you're not in big trouble, right? Because it's always better to be proactive with this stuff than reactive when it comes to data loss, because it'll cost you a lot of money after the fact. People say to me all the time, oh, don't worry, I'm not a target. I hear that like almost every day, which is crazy, because the entire internet can be scanned in under an hour. Entire internet, everyone's computers, everyone's businesses. It's an insane world these days where you can just scan everything, right? A computer can attempt as many as 350 billion password guesses per second. So if you guys think you're super clever with your passwords, having your kid's name and the year you were born or something like that, you might not make it 1 second, right? So it's pretty serious. This picture down here is a picture of a computer that was specifically built to hack passwords. It's filled with video cards, and it can accumulate that 350 billion password guesses a second. So this is something anyone can build, you know. With this type of machine, an enterprise could have all of the Windows passwords scanned in a matter of about 6 hours. So that's a pretty scary number. People say to me all the time too, this is the other thing that drives me nuts, I'm about to run out of time, but people say, well, it doesn't matter if someone gets into my email. All they can get is my spam, stuff like that, like all the junk that I get. Let them read that if they want. The problem is that to reset any password for anything, including your bank, credit card companies, all they have to do is have access to your email to send a password reset request. And they're all done, right? So you make sure you're using two-step authentication. Super, super important. Real quick, here's some of my partners that we work with all the time. How to refer us. Schools, hospitals, call centers, medical facilities are huge. We really enjoy working with medical places. Here's my contact info if anyone wants to contact me or pass my info along. Be very, very happy to assist anyone that needs help. Thank you very much.